this is something you do not want to miss. As a part of community weeks, we have events and tournaments coming up, and you definitely want to take part in it. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. As I mentioned, Community Weeks has a ton of events going on, and it is something I'm really excited for. I'm going to break down what's actually going to be happening in this video, and I'm going to let you guys know what my own approach is going to be heading into this. So starting off, one of the first things that we have going on is a free gear removal, which is super exciting because we have about 2 weeks for this to actually go ahead, clean up some gear. Maybe you want to re-gear some champions, or maybe you want to go ahead and tackle some of the missions or some of the challenges that you haven't quite gotten to do yet. This is the best time to actually do some of these things because sometimes in the missions it will have something very specific saying like equipped regen gear onto an HP champion, for example. And there's some strange ones that they've had. I'm seeing if I can find one of them. I think I've done all of them currently. I think so, yeah. But in doing that, I'll actually show you guys because I know recently I actually had to get one of these done, and I think it's on God's Secret Neri. Yeah, so it was, I had to equip a frost set to a defense champion. So for the time being, I threw them onto her. And I mean, now this is not the set that I'm going to want to actually put on her. So to be fair, I threw it on her and I've actually been waiting for a gear removal to go ahead and take that all off. So it is a great time to actually go ahead and get some of those missions and challenges and everything done. So I am kind of excited for that because it's gonna allow me to go ahead and finish everything that I had to do, take off the gear off these guys, and potentially even go ahead and clean any of them up. So now that I don't need that gear, I'm actually gonna move her into the reserve vault. And one of the best parts here is that if you have a champion and you wanna re-gear them, rather than taking everything off individually, go ahead and toss them into your reserve vault. It's actually going to let you know that you can remove all that gear, and then that way you don't have to do it individually. Of course, my gear is full, so I can't do it right now. I'm going to have to clean that up first, but that is a great method if you want to re-gear a champ really quick. Toss them to your reserve vault. It'll take everything off for you, and then you'll have a nice clean slate. With the community weeks, there's something else going on that's super exciting, which is actually the Titan event, and this is one that you want to take part in because this is how we're going to get the perfect soul for that legendary champion that they're giving us just by logging in. So this is our way that we're gonna get Archer's perfect soul. You'll see there's different milestones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all leading up to his split soul, which is going to be fully at 5 stars. So depending on how many you finish, of course, will depend how many of these you'll be able to get. Now for myself, I'm gonna try my hardest to get as many as I can because this is going to be a champion that I want to actually go ahead and use. And by having his perfect soul, it's even better. It's something that we want on this champion. Once I have all that and he is fully built, I will make a video on it. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. So with actually getting points for this perfect soul, this is going to be through different events and tournaments. So we want to make sure that we're actually paying attention to what is going on in the game and what do we actually need to do in terms of these events and tournaments. So the current event that is going on is the spider turn attack. I have not started this yet, but I definitely need to get a move on it. Now this is a turn attack, which means we have to clear in as few turns as possible to win the rewards. With my spiders, I haven't gotten very far down in there. So in terms of what I'm actually going to go ahead and farm for this, looking at the tournament points I could actually get, I'd be sitting around probably the 12 to 16 range, which gives me 10 to 32 points, or I can go down into the 8 to 11 to get 8 to 27. Now, if you know, you know, but with spiders, if you're not able to go ahead and farm something like stage 20, then it makes sense to farm stage 10 higher drop rate to actually get the 5-star. So this is probably the one that I'm going to go ahead and farm. It's also a turn attack, and I can do this in 16 turns being my lowest, which isn't too bad considering. So the amount of energy I'll be putting in there, get some decent artifacts from it, and I have a low turn attack. So this is going to be my strategy, I think, for the spider turn attack, is just going ahead and then running stage 10 for this one. This will also help out as soon as we have this Dungeon Divers event going on, because they will be going on at the same time. So I'll be doing the Dungeon Divers at the same time as doing the spider, which is why I want to get more of the 5-star anyway, which is why stage 10 makes sense. So that way I can get those 2 events done. At the same time, right now we do have a champion training event. So everything kind of going on at the same time. Definitely want to try to use my time wisely. So for this, I have gone ahead and I made sure I did activate my XP boost. So that is going on so that when I am going ahead and farming campaign, I'm able to get a little more EXP. So I've gone ahead and made sure I had that going. So right now, this is what I'm currently focusing on. I'm doing the champion training event, and then once the dungeon divers opens up, that's where I'll kind of switch over to spider. I do just have to make sure that I kind of have both going on. So right now my goal is really to just get things fully leveled up, and then that way I can run the multi-battle on spiders as a background battle, and then I can go into my tavern, and that is where I can actually go ahead and worry about ranking them up and everything. So for now, that's kind of been my strat, is to just kind of go ahead and then level up some of my 20s to max, and then I'll go ahead and evolve them later on. So kind of gonna dip into all of the 20s I have, or I guess my uncommons, and trying to level them up max so that I can go ahead and then kind of evolve them further later on. So right now, just making a plethora of food so that I can kind of evolve everybody while I'm farming my spiders. So that's going to be my strategy, starting off with what we currently have going on for those events and tournaments. Now, the whole thing is going to be about 2 weeks to actually get everything done. So of course my goal is going to be getting this last one on milestone 5. However, if I don't reach it, I don't reach it. We'll have to see. There's some other goodies along the way as well, though. Going through here, we have some shards. We've got gems, energy, some immortal soul coins. We have some skill tomes. There's a legendary skill tome on milestone 4, void shard. And then we have a primal shard and a mythical skill tome all the way down in 5, which these primals, you guys, I only feel like I get rares from them, but we'll see. One of these primals, maybe one of them, I will finally get that mythical that I've been hoping for and waiting for, because I've actually got soul stones. I have a decent collection for mythicals, considering I don't have any of the actual champions. But that's gonna be my strategy right now for tackling those events and tournaments going on. However, I am very excited that they're gonna be giving us essentially the soulstone that we're going to need for this champion, because I'm going to need to do some of the farming anyways. So I'm glad it's going to be a way for us to kind of empower him even more, since we're going to be getting this champion for free. So hopefully you guys have actually been logging in with the rewards calendar and getting the fragments that we do need for Mr. Arthur. In terms of the progressive and pulling shards, I honestly have the worst luck when it comes to either the targeted champion or the progressive chance. I have yet to really have luck on that. So I am going to see how it's going to go with my shards, and I'll kind of decide when I actually need to for that. My ultimate goal, of course, is getting enough points through the Titan event as much as I can. So I guess we'll kind of see how it goes, and I guess how the shards end up pulling rates and how it all goes and everything. But curious what your guys' thoughts on it, how you feel about the fact that we have a Titan event going on. Are you going to try to get all of the souls that we actually need for Arthur? Comment down below and let me know. It looks like they also have a celebratory pack coming out, and I'm sure they're going to have other packs throughout as we have more of these events happening. Now, I have gone through and actually looked at it, and the current community weeks offer, this is the one I'm most interested in right now. Gives you the 9 energy refills, the energy itself, and then multi-battles. Comparing that to like the special progress pack, this is like twice the cost, getting just a little bit more. So I feel like this one so far is a pretty good deal. Probably the one I'm gonna need, because I'm gonna be running through energy to finish these events, and so far that's actually looking pretty good. They do also have like personal builder packs, the meal deals. Those ones I don't think I currently really need. Ultra Mix monthly pack. Yeah, I kind of like looked through them all, and even compared to the daily energy, this one compared to the community weeks offer, so it's not looking too bad actually. So with everything, I definitely know energy is going to be my most needed, but curious to see what else they're going to come out with. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. I'm gonna do my best to finish everything so that I can get all the soul stones that I am going to need for this champion. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the fact that we do have a Titan event happening. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on videos, as I am posting daily. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!